What's up, YouTube? It's your girl T coming live and direct from the original T's Corner. I just got finished watching Open on BET, and I got a lot to say. It was a good movie. I was really looking forward to it because I love Essence Atkins, and I think she's really underrated, and she's like a phenomenal actress. So I had to see it. And then Terry J. Vaughn is awesome on and off the camera, and her business partner did this for their production company, and I just that quickly forgot what it's called, but kudos to them for making this movie. And then let's just delve right in. So I've never been married, have no intentions of ever being married, but if I were married, I know that an open relationship would not work for me. I don't like to share what's mine. Guess I should, I've not had a problem in my past sharing what belongs to others, but no, not what's mine. So I could not be in a marriage and stand before God and country and say, we're going to do this, this, and this, and then say, yeah, it's okay for you to sleep with someone else. And I know all of the men who view this are going to come immediately with, it was her idea. Yes, it was. But I think that we have to delve a little deeper and understand why it was her idea. And I think that she really thought, like she said, I wanted you to choose me. So I gave you a choice because I wanted you to choose me. But also because she'd rather say, we're in an open relationship and it's okay, than to feel bad about being cheated on, which she thought was what was coming. And for as many women as he slept with in the 2 years that they've been open, one night stands because he followed the rules, I would think she's right. Eventually it was going to happen. If you're banging that many women in 2 years that are not your wife, then eventually you're going to cheat whether she gives you permission or not, or you already have, and you just weren't honest about it. Now, I do agree that this open thing should give you a degree of honesty above reproach. And I will say this. Like I said, I've never been married, but getting rid of my kid. Close my door, please. I'm sorry, guys. But in college, I got a glimpse of some things. I've been a tomboy my whole life, so I have a lot of male friends. And just watching them and the way that they operated and the games that they ran and the lies and all of that, and then even in guys that I dated or were, involved with, I noticed that monogamy was not really high on a lot of their lists. And in my mind, that translated to, you might as well be single and do who and what you want and just be open and honest about it, as opposed to trying to be in a relationship and doubting if he's being faithful or dealing with him not being faithful. What's the point? So I had a core of guys that I kept on the list, which I called the rotation, that I was intimate with. There were rules. Everybody had to know about everybody. So if I'm seeing a guy, he's going to know that I'm seeing someone else. And if he's seeing someone else, he's supposed to tell me. And the guys in the rotation agreed. Oh yeah, that's the best thing that could happen. That way you could do what you want to do and I can do what I want to do. And nobody's feelings are getting hurt and nobody's being lied to. We can just be honest and open. And I thought that would be great. Well, let me just say, I'm not going to say all men lie, but at least one of these did. He was not cool with honest and open. Because honest and open was only cool because he could do what he wanted. But there was still absurd amounts of jealousy because I did what I wanted. And me being a fire sign, everything is brash and in your face. So I didn't hide anything. It is what it is. This is what we've agreed to. This is what we're doing. At any time this doesn't work for you, you know you can walk. Nobody's held here, in duress or against their will. Do what you want to do. If this is not what you want to do, move on. But this is what I'm going to do. So if you want to be doing me, this is how it's going to be. And, and the rules were simple, Be honest about who you're with. No sleeping with each other's friends. Always use protection. And don't lie. That was it. Couldn't do that. So if you can't do that when you're not in a relationship, I don't see it happening when you are. Which means that open marriage it's not for me. It makes no sense to me. Why would you? Some points that I picked up while watching this film, and not so much that I picked up, but just kind of reiterated what I already knew, is that I have a love affair with the first love affair. I think that someone's first love, whether it's the most beautiful thing since the sunrise or it's toxic as hell, always, always, always has hooks in them that doesn't go away. And it's just something about that. It hit different when it's the first one. It's just something about it. Because that's the first time you opened yourself up. And when you open yourself up to loving someone and being with someone, you give them the ability to hurt you. And when you entrust somebody with that ability and pray that they don't abuse it, it's just different. So I took that. The next point, of course, being sex and love are not the same. Sex is sex. Love and emotions complicate things. So I can understand why their rule was no emotional attachments and no one from your past, because that's not just sex. There is something extra there. There is that emotion or even love, or in this case, first love, childhood memories, all of that to contend with. So you can give your body, but when you give your heart, it's different. I say often that if a man is in a relationship with a woman and he is emotionally vulnerable with another woman, even if he never has sex with the other woman, he's cheated on his girlfriend or wife, because you've allowed her into a space where only your spouse should dwell. There should be no emotional connection. There should be definitive boundaries. And so that's why I could agree with that. And then, of course, last but not least, men just cannot take it. I know that, you've seen these posts on Facebook and other social media outlets that a meme will say, men can't take you doing them like they do you. And all the men in my family and my friends, they all jump right on it if somebody we know, or if I myself post it. Oh yeah, Ray, it ain't like y'all don't ever cheat, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that. A woman can be lied to, cheated on, disrespected, and defiled. And she will hurt, and she will cry, and she will be angry, and she will rage. And then she can forgive you and move on. And she could move on with you or move on without you. But she could forgive you and move on. Man could sleep with 20 different women while he's with this one woman. And she will try to love you through her hurt and be there for you. Or love herself enough to walk away, but forgive you and then not take it out on the person. Excuse me, guys. And no, this ain't no COVID-19. I just was dealing with something long before that came out. But, and for a man, a woman could text a guy. Ain't got to sleep with him. Don't even have to sleep with him. She could text, communicate, and flirt. And he'll want to slash her tires, fight her brother, fight everybody in her family, tear up all her stuff while he living in her house. But she's the dirtiest, filthiest person ever. Excuse me. And it just reminds me of that Jay-Z line. I was just fucking them girls. I was going to get right back. You don't get a nigga back like that. They really believe that. That's not just a line. That's not just some brilliant thing that Hov came up with. That's how they think. I did it, but it's totally different if you do it to me. So men cannot take women doing them the way that they do us. Cannot. I don't care who argues it. I don't care if a female argues it. I don't care if a male argues it. That is a point I will not concede. Ever. It is absolutely true. Time has proven it over and over again. So, hats off to the entire cast. Great movie. Great job, BT, for getting it out there. To Terry J. Vaughn and, God, what's her name? Cass Seger's Beatles, I think it is. Cass Seger's Beatles, who is Terry J. Vaughn's business partner in the production company. So hats off to you guys. Amazing film. Congratulations. Hope it does well. Hope it opens up thousands of other avenues for all of you, whether you were in front of the camera, behind, in the boardroom, whatever. Great job. Loved it. Had me sitting here the whole time like, yup, that's true. That's true. And, you know, sometimes life imitates art. Sometimes art imitates life. Either way, it's a cycle. I love it. Good job. T's Corner, signing off.